Good afternoon, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just doing a quick update on Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Brand new week we've started. Look at this. Come up here, up to the 50. Failed dismally at the 50, then come down. Usually what happens after a doji, whichever way we trade, usually is the direction that we'll take. Now, when we've traded up here, usually what we see in an uptrend is something like this. It'll be one up, a half down, another big leg up, half down, and another leg up, and then we start to go down from there. Now when we're heading down, we have one down, one up, and then one down. This is the way usually a market will behave. And so far we've had that and this. We haven't had this leg here. So this, we might not even get that, but usually if you go back and have a look in history, this is what we get. And so we're up to this stage now. We've had one leg down, one leg up, and it looks like we've got rejection there. So the first level that I'll be looking at that we could possibly come down to, well, actually, there's a few levels that we could be looking at, and I'll just show you. So this is on the weekly chart. We're just going to keep that in mind. And I just want to draw a line all the way from back here because long-term traders are trading this. Now this is really scrappy, but there is some relevance to it. So we're going to touch there. We're breaking through support and up, and now support again. So will we come back down to this line? And I don't really know where this line should be exactly. It's kind of it kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't. I mean, I can kind of see support there, but so here I'm looking at a potential. So if this was to come back down to here, let's say it takes 1 or 2 weeks to get there, then that would be around about 34.5, 35,000. If we don't get to that stage, or even if we do get to that stage and go through it, the next point of support that we're looking at would possibly be this level here, which is down here, which is about 29.5, 30,000. If we don't reach that, if we break through that, then our next level would be the 200 and this level here. So around about this level here. We'll have to wait and see where we go, but at this stage here, it's looking more like down than up. And the first point of down would be around about 34,500. So I'll just get rid of those drawings and we'll move on to something else. Now there's a little bit of other stuff that I'm looking at here, and that is this is all in the long term. And so we're heading up there, and if we look down here, just from what I was saying the other day, I'm not sure if you would have seen the videos, but average true range. So we can kind of see here that we've gone up at this stage here, and that's where it hit 14,000, and then it's traded off quite substantially down to 4,000, and then we're taken up to 64,000. But we can see here that we were in the overbought area, and then we came down, and we didn't actually get out of this zone until we got to around about until we got to about this price here when we're breaking these highs. But big money, as you can see here, this was the peak. This candle here was the peak where big money started to withdraw the money. So here they started taking profits there, and amateurs. So you can see here that there was more and more money coming out of the market while mums and dads money were pushing it up. And so this is amateur traders pushing it up, and this is big money taking profits. And so you can see exactly what happened here. But let's just have a look at this one here. This big spinning top, not spinning top, it's like a doji. It's quite an ugly doji, just wide and loose trading basically. You can see here that this is where the market peaked. Here, this is where the market peaked before it came down. If we just keep your eye on these ones here, because there's usually when we've got wide and loose trading like that, there's usually a trend direction change happening. But one thing I can see definitely in this chart is we've got a withdrawal of money while prices are still going up, and it all started from back here. And this is this is the wrong way around. In the long term anyway. So what this is basically saying to me is that this money here that's gone into the market is not reflecting the true sense of the market. Like there's so much withdrawal has come in, out of the market here with big money, but we've got amateurs pushing it up. So it wouldn't surprise me. That's just another reason for the potential of us heading down further. Will it happen? Don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing is, it's another thing that we can add to our tool, our reasoning to say that, hang on, we probably are going to have a pullback. And so far we've had a pullback, but is that enough? We'll just have to wait and see. Another thing, when we're having a look at this, the relative strength index, and then we compare it to the stochastics, we can see that the stochastics move a lot faster. You know, I mean, they do tell us what's going on. You know, here we're in these lows and we're coming out, and then we've, you know, reached up the top here, and then we're coming down, and then we've come up again, and then we've, you know, overbought again, and then we're coming down. And so from here, from this level here, we started getting into the oversold area, but we still had a long, you know, a lot further to go. And now we're up into the overbought area at this stage here, and we're heading back down. So one thing that I look at as well is that when we see dojis, like after a trend has started, when we see a doji, usually whichever way the candle opens and starts trading is usually the way that the trend direction will go from there. So anyway, that's a little bit of analysis on Bitcoin, and so we'll just kind of have a look and go through a few of the others, and then I'm going to come back and have a quick look at the daily. Hello. All right, now look at this. You know, you know, it'll be really sad to be holding onto something, you know, like you're buying it back here, you've done well and you've made it all the way up to here, but have a look at that. You know, who was buying this? Who was selling up here? You know, it's unfortunate that, you know, like what's that, $2.88 on Matic, and then, you know, it's down here at $1.30. So you know, it hasn't really taken all that long to get there. But, you know, one thing we do need to keep in mind is that these lows aren't going to last forever. Once we start coming out of these lows, that's when we want to start paying attention and looking at you know, potential entries for long positions. But we're definitely not there yet. I'll just get rid of these drawings here. You know, we've come down. You know, this is very indecisive trading. This is very decisive trading. Look at that rejection there, and then we've come down here, indecisive again, and it looks like our decision's been made. So Matic, and let's have a look at DOT. And so same with DOT. Like, look at that. You know, here we are with DOT. We've, you know, this looks very much like Bitcoin. You know, we've come up, pull back, up a little bit higher, and then pull back, and the same here. Look at that. We've got strength up here, and we've got weakness over here, even though the market had pushed a lot higher. This here is, I did a lot of back testing on this on the weekend, and, you know, I had around about probably a 60 to 70% success rate with it. So it's definitely worthwhile looking into further. Anyway, I've pulled back, gone up, didn't even make to the 50, and then we've had a massive rejection, full body closing candle. Man, this, you know, okay, we've got support here, but this could very easily fall off a cliff. Here we are, we're in overbought territory again. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. You know, at the moment it's finding support, so we can't really take that away from it because it is finding support. Here, look at that, up and then down. Look at this, you know, this, you know, it just doesn't look very good at all, you know, up in those highs there. I wouldn't be very, you know, confident holding something up in those areas. Now look at this, you know, like so up and then over, down, closing below, and now we're just like, it looks, this is Ethereum, 2860. I'm keen to see what that looks like on the daily. Oh, here we go. That's Japan, US dollar. Oh, look at that. Now, currencies are currencies. So have a look at this. You know, what's this telling us? Bang, open up on Monday morning. This is all today. So, you know, this is on the weekly chart. So this is today. What candle is that telling, you know, what's that telling us? That's a shooting star. It's going to go straight down to the ground from here. Or, you know, it doesn't have to go straight down to the ground, but, you know, we can see that these tops here, like, look at that. There's a doji and an engulfing. Up here, there's a doji evening star. Doji evening star again, engulfing, well, a massive close below. Here we've got a shooting star. It's gone up, another shooting star. You know, so, you know, these went right at the top. But anyway, you can kind of see that there was topping action there. Anyway, let's get rid of those. Yep, look at that. So here, closing below. Oh, here we've got a little bit of support at this same area. So be interesting to see what happens here. You know, will we get a bounce? Who knows? But it's gone fair way. So $45 down to $21. You know, 50% plus. Yep, you know, these are all telling the same story. They're going up, they're failed, and they're heading down at this stage. So, and have a look at this. So this was only last year, and you know, I was talking to someone last year who was writing this, and you know, they were full of beans, happy as, they had no education in trading, but you know, and I told them that I'd, you know, be happy to show them where to get out and all that sort of stuff, but I didn't hear from him. So, but anyway, going up, look at that massive candle, and anyway, like all the way up to here, so 25 cents, say, now we're down to 5 cents, 5 times your money. Madness. You know, this is why we have to listen to the candles. We can't just buy and hold and think that that's going to be the end of it, because we don't know where it's going to go from there. Let's just get rid of those drawings and have a look. So down there, across here. So this to me, you know, it just looks like it's going to head down. You know, you can't polish a turd. It's terrible, isn't it? It's it just looks like it just looks terrible. For investors, yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. Righto. So we can kind of see where we're going with the market. It's just it's negative to sideways. Yeah, just not bang. Oh, terrible. Okay. Now let's go up. I'll just have a quick look at the daily chart and we'll call it quits. It just looks like sideways negative choppy action and going up to here, pull back, rejection there. So this was that rocket booster going from here up to there, rejection at the 50. That's why I couldn't buy this. I really do like rocket boosters, but they have to be, a rocket booster has to be doing this. So it needs to break above the moving averages. So this is what I'm after, with a rocket booster. So I kind of want the 50 to be doing this sort of thing. And then I want a rocket booster from here. So if this is the 50, and then, we've come up, rejection at the 50, break above the 50, pull back, support at the 50. I want a rocket booster here, and then I want to buy it. I don't want a rocket booster, pull back, attempt, fail. And, you don't buy rocket boosters on the way down. You buy rocket boosters on the way up. And this is not the time to buy it. That's why I couldn't buy that one. And then have a look at the result after it. The only thing is we haven't broken this low yet. And another thing is we haven't broken this low yet either. Now, this is, if we're looking at, there we go. So, this one here is where the big block buying started. So if we close below this level here, this has failed. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there, but it's getting very close. If it does, man, this could tank. Yep. Who knows where it's going to go. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, here we go again, Matic. So look at that. So I was trading this. So I remember I got some good trades in this up here somewhere, or here or whatever. And then I started shorting. So I've got some good trades in there short. But I'm really pulling back from the market at this stage here because here we've got a support line. It's kind of going sideways and choppy, and just how can you trade a sideways choppy market? I want this to be trending. I want to be making lows, highs, high lows, high highs, and again pull back. Like a bit of a disaster with that one, but it found support on previous resistance. And then we're broken up again, and have a look at the big takeoff after that support. I want to be buying when we're trending, not when we're not trending. And this is not trending. At this stage, it looks like we could, collapse and tank, but we haven't shown real signs of that yet. Besides, like this shooting star from the 50. Here, massive close below the 50. Closing below the 50. I'll go down to Ethereum because I want to see what Ethereum's doing. Here, look, and engulfing off the 50, and engulfing closing below the 9. Man, it doesn't need to get much clearer than that. Stochastics in the overbought area. Yep, it's, and here, it all started from a shooting star. And a shooting star that was a double top at the same area. We've got a shooting star there, and we've got a hangman there. Bang, closing below the 9. What are we going to do? And I was shorting dot from there. So, here, we've got a top. Beautiful, look at that, and then bang, closing below the 9. Even though we came back up here, it wasn't threatened, and so that's near. So yeah, not really too much on that one there. So let's have a look at Ethereum now. Look at Ethereum. Get ready to close below the 50. A full close below support equals a short. So there we go. Here I was. I don't remember when I wrote that. Could have been yesterday. Could have been 3 days ago. But in any case, we're looking like shorting material. Check this out. This is exactly what I'm saying. We've gone up, we're going down, so we've got a high, and look at that perfect reversal. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And also we're breaking this trend line here. This support and resistance area here. We can see that there's resistance there, breakthrough, and we broke through with a rocket booster. Up, then rejection there, down. We found support on previous resistance. Up, and then trying again, rocket booster, trying and failed. Bang, and definitely failed at this stage here. But one thing that we can take away from this is that we've got declining volume on the decline. But still, the trend is your friend. This is heading down. It's not giving us any reason to say otherwise. So, and have a look at the selling volume that's come into here, and the lack of buying in this area here. So anyway, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. At this stage here, if I was holding Ethereum, I would not be holding it for any longer because we don't know where this is going to go. And let's just while I'm on Ethereum, I know I'm kind of waffling on a little bit, but this to me is important. So, we've come out from this breakout down here at $300, and then we've gone all the way up to about $5,000, and now we know that when this sort of thing happens, I can see another reason here. We're gonna now that's what have I done there? I'll draw it with this one here. I know what I've done. Yeah. So I've gone up. There's a left shoulder, a head all the way back down, and then this looks like our right shoulder. It's a pretty bodgy looking head and shoulders pattern, but if we're looking at head and shoulders pattern, usually what the right shoulder will do will be the same length as the right shoulder from the head down to the shoulder, and then the shoulder down to here will usually be 100% of what this 100% was. So, but if we're looking at Ethereum, it's just not looking very good. You don't want to be owning Ethereum if it's looking like this. If you do want to own it, but it's just not looking all that good. It's just not looking very strong. Have a look at it. It's below all the moving averages. This on the weekly chart though, it just looks like, yeah. I at this stage here, I wouldn't want to be owning it. We've got one close below, two closes below. Now we've got three closes below. The first point that we're going to get to is this big block buying here, which is 2,500, and then we're going to be heading back down to here. This is the red, the previous red that started the last red before the run. So this will be my next level. But if we go back and have a look in history, we can see that often we'll get these have a massive run, and then sometimes these even come back down to below the breakout candle, which is $268. Can it get to there? Absolutely. Will it? Nobody knows. We'll just have to wait and see. But if it does get down to there, we need to be ready, sitting on the sidelines with our bank accounts full, ready to go. Because as soon as we get one of these again, we want to start getting involved again. What we're looking at now is we just need to protect our money, sit on the sidelines, be patient. We might have to be patient for another 6 months yet. Who knows? But have a look at this here. So. Will we have gotten in there? Maybe we would have gotten in there, but we would have been stopped out very shortly after. Will we have gotten in there? Absolutely. And then look at what happened after it. So, this is what usually happens. We usually get one loss and then we have a win, but that win will make up for all the losses that we had and some. But, yeah, look at it. It's just, yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? I just, this is looking very, very shady to me. All right, traders. Anyway, that's enough of my, my doom and gloom. But... I'm not in anything, not even short in anything. I'm still not 100% convinced on which way we're going to go. But, so far, this is looking very negative to me. Up and then down, so 3 closes below the 50, and the 50 is rolling over. And, oh man, look at that. So, okay, so now I'll just, so we're, up, then down, then up, and then down to here. If we come up to the 50 or somewhere up to here and then give us an engulfing closing below the 9 again, you know what I'll be doing. I'll be shorting. If we get up to the 50 and give us a like a shooting star or an engulfing off the 50, I'll be shorting with my stops above the swing high. Righto, traders. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and actually it's my 18.5 minutes. Righto, traders. Anyway, talk to you again soon. If you have any problems with your charts, need any help, please let me know. I'm more than happy to talk about charts. And I'll talk to you again soon. All right, have a good day. See you.